everyone. I hope this finds you all well. I'm Dr. Grace Brillantes Evangelista. I currently chair the Department of Psychology at Miriam College, and I'm a clinical psychologist. I do psychotherapy and psychosocial support and assessment. I also am a focusing-oriented expressive arts practitioner and trainer. As we all know, we are in an uncharted territory. We have been experiencing difficulties amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, and it's something that is global. And it could actually elicit disconcerting feelings and anxiety for a number of us. And those are experiences that are actually as they say, normal in this unusual situation. And so this time, I'd like to share with you something that I do to keep myself calm and to be able to navigate and cope with what's happening around us. It's sort of a meditation, but it's really more on a checking in, honoring our feelings and our thoughts, where we are right now internally in our internal spaces, and at the same time clear the space and allow ourselves to access that stillness, that peaceful place, something that can allow us to be nourished and to access that source of strength and support, accessing the spirit in life. And so, for some few moments, I'd like to invite you to join me in that checking in, silencing, and sensing what's on the inside. Are you all good? So maybe just start with just noticing your breath right now as you inhale and as you exhale, allowing the breathing to be as easy and as smooth. And if you want it to be longer and deeper, it's up to you, whatever feels more comfortable. Just sensing your breath. And as you sense your breath, begin to ask, if you're ready, how am I on the inside right now? What are these feelings and thoughts? Without getting attached to anything, just noticing and sensing them. Sensing them in your body. If there's an area of your body that feels tight or tense, you might want to move them, stretch them. Sometimes your body needs that stretching because a lot of things are frozen inside the body. And if you can release that as we take in gentle, longer and deeper breaths down into our body. Taking however much time you need in this sensing and honoring what's on the inside. What is that going on the inside? And see if you can allow yourself to imagine a peaceful place, a place where you feel safe, where you feel nourished and good. And see how it might look or how it might sound on the inside. It can be an image, a sound, or a music. What is that peaceful, gentle place that you'd like to be in? And see what's getting in the way. Maybe these things that have been happening around us, maybe those worries, those uncertainties. And if we could allow ourselves to just let those things go or move them at a safe distance where we could actually clear the space and feel that we could actually access that peaceful place where we can feel safe and nourished. Maybe for a few moments we can just allow that clearing of a space, like we're removing them or putting them down. Maybe those noises around us, and just clearing the space. And allow yourself to imagine that. Sensing your breath and that peaceful place where you can be. Taking in gentle, deeper breaths down into your body. And if you can do this within the day or anytime you feel like you just want to clear the space and just access that peaceful stillness within you as you may need to nourish you and to feel the strength of the spirit in life, you may do so. So I hope this has been something that is helpful for you, and I hope that you can use this as often as you may need. So be safe, everyone. Peace, love, and strength of spirit I send to everybody. So good day, and stay safe and stay healthy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lourdes Chavez, a licensed psychologist and a licensed guidance counselor. I currently head the HU Guidance and Counseling Office of Miriam College, and I'm very active in the MC Katatagan program of the school. I teach in the graduate school, and I am an advocate of positive psychology and human flourishing. What I will share with you today, Wednesday, April 1, are tips that I have learned and read about from experts, and also things I have learned from being quarantined that has worked for me and my family. As the number of coronavirus infections continue to rise, the likelihood that more people will need to self-quarantine or self-isolate is becoming evident. We're all worrying and feeling anxious. News are not uplifting. Our fears have become greater than the pandemic. We woke up to a differently looking kind of life. Concerns brought about by our current unusual situation may be looked into using the elements in the wellness wheel, and I would like to mention 3 in this video. First, we have physical. Whether you're confined to a room or your house because you've been exposed to the virus, or simply working from home because your office or school now requires it, this reduction in physical activity can affect us physically. Emotional upheaval that may manifest as sadness, irritation, frustration, anger, and other uncomfortable emotions may be commonly felt at this time. The second one of the biggest challenges of quarantine will be our mental health. Isolation, losing control of things, not knowing what to do, are a foolproof recipe for depression. And in this case that we are in now, this is what you call situational depression. How affected we are by a period of social isolation or just reduced interactions are all influenced by our personality. Which now brings us to the third element, social. If you're a massive extrovert who thrives on social contact, the experience is going to hit harder than if you're an introvert who's very comfortable curling up on a couch with a book. Of course, in a situation like pandemic that requires you to reduce or eliminate your face-to-face contact, that discomfort needs to be endured. to fend off more dangerous immediate effects. We have to understand, though, that the impact of concerns and coping on people in the family are also dependent on the following. For instance, age of children in the family. The younger the kids, the more activities you have to prepare for them. Layout of the house. If you have a bigger house, you have more spaces to go to. And if you have a smaller space, then you have to be more creative. The nature of work from home. This could also be stressful for us or for some who may not have the privilege or the luxury of a strong Wi-Fi or resources needed for one to complete a requirement. The play of temperament between parents and the kids, which of course, for the first time, everybody is cooped together and not everybody is used to it, and so this may bring stress as well. Personality of family members, which you are just trying to discover anew. The good news is we can actually tap on our inner resources to be emotionally resilient during this challenging time. So whether physically, psychologically, and socially, one way is being aware of the thoughts that are going on in our mind. If they are more positive thoughts, good for you. But if it's more negative, try to rephrase your thoughts so that you make them into something more helpful and growth promoting. This approach is called the first step mindset shift. Okay? So like for instance, you think about your thoughts as saying everything is shutting down right now. And then you hear the news that you are going to be quarantined and you are going to be isolated, and this brings you so much anxiety. So what do? You think of all the negative thoughts that you could ever think about. In the mindset shift, this will teach you to look for the positive things in the not so positive situations. And so the most important places you see, such as medical centers, pharmacies, grocery stores, or even talipapa, where you can buy your food, they remain open. Barangays give IDs for everyone, for each family perhaps, so that they will be able to go in and out of the house. So look for the positive in a very negative situation. You can intentionally practice this on your own by training your brain to intentionally think this way. And for sure, you will experience a better feeling and coping. This truly helps. To battle the possible rise and fall in mood, whether in self-quarantine or self-isolation, the number 2 tip is behavioral activation. Be proactive. Lay out an intentional structure for your day. Get dressed. First, don't give in to the immediate urge to sleep in and stay up late. Set your alarm for your usual time and stick with your morning routine. Shower, eat what you normally would, make the bed. Don't just stay in your pajamas or sleeping attire. Get dressed, put on your makeup. If you have to use your uniform, if that helps, then do it. If you're telecommuting, work from home, stick with your usual work times or something similar. If you're not working, create a schedule of meal times, reading time, phone time, exercise, chores. Write it down. Even if you have very few obligations, it will help you stay balanced to have different activities you regularly do at relatively set times. It's ideal to have a mix of things that you need to do like chores or work or assignments, and things that you just like to do. Go outside. Focus your eyes on a different sight than just the usual things inside the house. It does not have to be grand. Notice the sun shining in the sky. It's shining brightly every day. The blue skies, the trees nearby, even the grass that thrives on parched land because we haven't had rain for so long now. Exercise. Exercise has such a positive effect on mood. It is actually a prescribed treatment for mild to moderate depression. Make it a priority on your daily schedule. There are lots of videos that can be accessed in the YouTube. Use social media wisely. No doubt, social media is your friend when isolated. Use social media to meaningfully connect. Plan weekly or even daily group video chats with friends, family, neighbors, or colleagues. Social connection is one of the most important drivers of well-being. Be aware of who is in your circle who might need particular help or who is particularly vulnerable during this time. Check on them by phone, by private messaging, or email. Helping others is a known mood booster. Cultivate a new skill. There are a lot of courses offered on the internet and they're free. Don't drift through the weeks. Plan to come out of this quarantine with a new skill or hobby. Devote 1 hour of your daily schedule to work on this new skill. Shift your mental space. Finally, use the principles of mindfulness to shift your mental stance from frustration about the situation to that of curiosity. Taking on this stance will give you a little distance, a little detachment from the situation, and it's something that you can control, which can reduce distress as well as keep you open to the positive or simply interesting things that may happen during this very unusual experience. Even during normal circumstances, not every day is a good day. Not every week is a good week. Not every month is a good month. It is okay to not be okay at this time of pandemic, but do not stay in not being okay. Intentionally help yourself to be happier at these unusual times. As Jimmy Dean would say, I can't change the direction of the wind, but I can adjust my sails. Yes, I recognize that jumping from negative emotions to positive emotions, especially when real issues exist, is not easy or natural for us. But what helps above all other tips for coping, when all else fails, we have prayer. As a wife of a frontliner and the mother of a frontliner, prayer has brought me and my family closer, and this gives us strength. Lighting a candle at the altar, coming together after dinner for our daily rosary, hearing Mass online, even tying a red ribbon at our entrance in support of all frontliners were some of the things that we have already done as a family and that has helped us so much. As we always say in Miriam College, keep your spirits high wherever you are, whatever you do. I hope my sharing has helped you. May we all find strength in the victory of the cross. Sending you love thoughts.